Well, hello, welcome to another Clean Victoria's Disastrous Home episode. Bring your cleaning kits. I have mine. She was just thrifted, so don't even be like, oh, that's so fancy. She was like $5. But anyway, we're starting here in my son's room. It seems to always be Mount Disaster because every single thing is not where it belongs, or he's got too many teeny tiny little pieces all over the floor. So we are just going to get in there and we're going to clean it up. I'm starting with the bed because holy dooly, nothing makes a room feel more complete than when that bed is done. I know they say the best people or the people that get the most out of life are the people that make their beds every day. Well, I'm here to tell you, I live half a life, okay? I never do my bed, and if I do, it gets destroyed by my kids within a couple of minutes. So, I may not be living my life to the fullest. Or maybe I am because I'm not wasting time making my bed. So, anyway, my son's room is something that is still incomplete. I did redo it a number of years ago. He must have been maybe like three and a half when we redid his room, but I'm not quite happy with the end result. I feel like it just was not, it's not at peak perfection. I do not like the bed. It was just a cheap interim, is that a word? Interim bed until we got something more substantial that I liked. Except we just never did, and the mattress is crappy. So at some point we're going to replace it all and I'll make it really cute because I want to do my daughter's room around the same time. Like I just want to get through every room in my house, give it a little facelift. But my son's curtains are grey and I absolutely hate them, right? It was just I'm not going to use these curtains and I'm going to move them into his room because I think before they were just like blue or purple or something. And they did not pass the vibe check, okay? It was not what I was feeling. So anyway, I have since updated the curtains. Yes, I did my first thrift shop of the year. I think why it was just such a long shot of dirt. Anyway, I think I did what was my first thrift shop of the year. I don't know if it has been, but I'm trying to like rein it back in and not do as many as I was doing last year. But I had a pretty successful trip. I went to one that I knew had like a mix of like, let's say Amazon rejects and like normal thrift store stuff. I don't know if you've noticed that and whether that's just an Australian thing at the moment, but they seem to be buying pallets of old Amazon stock. Maybe they just buy the rejects or they buy like a mystery box or whatever and then they just get what they get because sometimes it's just like the most random concoction. So anyway, I was having a good look and I stopped by the curtain linen section, and you know what? They had tons of brand new curtains, and I don't know whether this was specifically from the Amazon stuff or whether it was donated, but they had actually two really nice sets of white curtains, and I was like, do I buy both of them? I refrained, okay? I did refrain and I didn't buy both of them, but only $12, and they were the brand KOO. I don't know how to say it, but it's the one from Spotlight, and normally they're like almost $100. $100. So anyway, I thought that's a great bargain, and I officially have changed my son's curtains from grey to white, and I feel like I'm actually getting somewhere. I know, you're absolutely riveted by that update, aren't you? Just riveted. Anyway, speaking of my son, he had his first day of school. And you know what? I honestly thought I was going to probably cry while I was there. But if it hadn't been 30 plus degrees, sweat dripping down my body, like 1,000 people all trying to get their kid on their first day of kindergarten, I probably would have cried, okay? I really probably would have because, like, on the way there, I was a little bit like, oh, I might tear up. But yeah, no. Good Australian summer took care of that, didn't it? But you know what? He honestly had the best day ever, right? Because my husband had to go and pick him up because I was staying with my daughter while she took a little nap. She's my nap girly. She knocks out for like a solid 3 hours, okay? Anyway, my husband picks him up, and apparently the first thing he says is, I want to go back every single day. I want to go again tomorrow. When can I go? Can we go again? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm glad he had the best day ever. You know, apparently he made friends while he was eating his lunch from his little lunchbox, which is like a weird system here, right? We have like three little breaks. We have like a crunch and sip, which is like a fruit break in the morning, and then we have recess, and then we have lunch. So there's multiple, and mama's got to use every single last brain cell to think of what to pack each day, but that's fine, okay? But I do want to say, if you are a parent of a child that just struggled with their first day of kindergarten, don't worry, you're not the only one. No, there are tons of children going through the exact same thing, because the first day of kindergarten is definitely not easy, especially to children who may not have been to daycare beforehand. So it's a whole new experience, meeting new people, having a more rigid program, and so it does take warming up to. And I know it can be really hard seeing and hearing about on TikTok and Facebook and whatever, all of everyone's great days on their first day of kindergarten, but just know you're not the only one, and it does definitely get better.
We watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. If you stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay. We were never meant to last, but all the fun times we had, I'll never forget. We will always share a bond, no matter what, 'cause you have a piece of my heart. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay, stay. If you stay, if you stay, if you stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay. Till the sun goes up, yeah, for a little moment. Just hold me closer, I'll be okay. Till the sun goes up, yeah, for a little moment. Just hold me closer, I'll be okay. We watch the sun go down over the same old town. Stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay, if you stay, if you stay, if you stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay.
Okay, you know I'm gonna have to talk about it, right? Like, we can't just leave this elephant in the room. Okay, the 2025 Grammy Awards. Okay, yes. I know, sit down, it's not what you think. Okay, so first of all, Kendrick Lamar. Yes, absolutely think he should have won. He did wonderful. I've still got that song in my head. He deserved all 5, okay? A man that can take on Drake, the little whinger. We love, okay? I did like Drake, but no. We have grown, we've matured, we moved on to a man and not a boy, okay? Sorry. Anyway, I'm going to talk some controversial stuff. And if you can't handle it, just it might be time to X off, okay? Okay. Let's talk album of the year. Okay, because this was a bit of a shock to me, right? And I feel like I just feel like there's a little more to it behind than what actually was happening. So I am so glad that Beyonce finally won album of the year. She should have won this years ago. This is my opinion, right? She should have won so long ago, especially for Lemonade and Renaissance. Those two albums, I was shocked. And I felt a little like the Grammys gave her the album because they haven't given her one yet. If that makes sense, it feels more like a we should give you one because you haven't had it yet. I know, controversial, right? But I just think she's put out so many better albums beforehand than this. Texas Hold'em's great, right? But it wasn't her best by far. And this is like, oh, it does sound bad the way that I'm saying it, but I feel like Hit Me Hard and Soft was a lot better of an album, just cohesively. And I really feel like Billie should have taken that one home, and I'm shocked. I'm actually truly shocked she didn't. But I am glad that Beyonce's finally got the collection, since I think she's the most awarded Grammy artist ever, which I mean, duh. It's just, I think the Grammys messed up on what year to give it to her. Like, I don't know, Lemonade was, that was the year that I was truly shocked she didn't win Album of the Year. Renaissance and all the other ones in between were like, you know, they're great albums, but not like Lemonade. Lemonade told a story. She took you through the roller coaster of what it was like, every stage of grief, I guess, when finding out your husband's been cheating on you for who knows how long. So, I don't know. She should have won then, and then I feel like this year really should have gone to Billie. I think it was Billie's best year by far. Look at me just calling my friend Billie by her first name. Like, come on. Anyway, yeah. So, anyway, that's it. Rant over. It's not that controversial. It's just, you know, whatever. Okay, let's move on to something a little more exciting. We are just probably a week or two away from doing our first ever honey harvest, and it's pretty late in the season, I would say, but this is our first year, and typically the first year is the slowest because you're waiting for your brood box to fill up and then you can put your super on. And also we did have a swarm, which just means half of my bees disappeared basically. So that did slow us down a little bit. We probably could have gotten 2 harvests this year, or at least harvested a lot earlier than we are currently gonna harvest. But you know what? You live and you learn, right? Like, at least the positive from all of this is we now have a second hive. Yeah, a second one. And you know what? That probably means next year we'll have even more honey. At the moment, I'm thinking there's about 3 kilos per frame, and there's about 4 frames almost done, which is absolutely insane, and I cannot wait to actually harvest it. The last time we tasted it, it tasted like the sweetest honey I've ever had. And Dante has a friend whose father does beekeeping as well, and apparently he wants to swap with our honey. I don't know, it's like a thing that they do in the beekeeping world, and I'm kind of excited because I would like to know just how different the honey is between different people, because they're not that far away. They're probably like 40-50 minutes away, which is maybe a big difference. But you know what, the flavor in homegrown honey compared to the flavor of the honey in stores is absolutely insane. And I'm just so glad that I actually got into beekeeping. It was a passion that I had wanted to do for some time, but hadn't really actually been proactive about it. And then last year I was like, no, this is something I really want to do. So that, and getting my garden sort of organized and like getting it refertilized and just making it really good for next year is just going to be like the PS. Can you hear my neighbors? They're so loud. The pièce de resistance, because, you know, this year I feel like I got kind of sidetracked with the bees and didn't pay as much attention to the garden. So hopefully we can well round this thing in the following year, give everything the love that it deserves and needs, and have some really big crops, because we got a decent amount, but I feel like we could do better now that we know what we're doing and our time's not completely taken up with the bees. Speaking of bees, we did get our honey jars. I'm even watching a video as I'm cleaning. This is just my whole life at the moment. But we did get our jars. We decided to go with the 330ml jars, and I think we got about 20 in them for like 30 something dollars. So I think it's like $1.50 maybe a piece. And you know what? I don't know if we got the right jars, because we got hexagonal, like, I say hexagonal, but I haven't actually counted the sides, okay? Like, let's not come at me for that. But they do have circle or, like, square ones, and I think next time we'll probably do the square because those are like, see, I don't know, like I wanted to do stickers, but stickers are so expensive, but also they're not like the best for the environment. They don't break down as easy as what we are planning on doing, which is just like a recycle card label thing, which we'll just tie onto the actual jar, and we'll just stamp each one with a stamp, like a custom stamp that we're going to get made, and that's only $30 and can be reused however many times we want, right? But the stickers are so expensive. I think for like 60 stickers it was almost $100. So that was like crazy price, and I couldn't justify that. So we're probably going to do the other one, and that way most of the stuff is I think actually all of it will be recyclable, or it will break down over time. So yeah, very excited to do that. Very excited to be able to like give away some of my stuff and then sell some of it. I do plan on selling it. I just got to work out price points and how I'm gonna sell it. Hubby wants to make like an Instagram and a Facebook or a TikTok or something, and I'm just like, I don't have the energy to make something else, but maybe it doesn't have to be like that professional, or I'll just like completely leave it up to him to run, because I think I'm at my max of things that I can do at the moment, and if he wants it, I'm sure he's more than willing to do it.
It's electric when you kiss me. Never felt this way before. We're magnetic, wanna stay here closer than close. Up in the clouds, I can see the whole world now. Breathtaking world, can't believe my eyes. Up in the sky, I can see the whole world tonight. 'Cause you make me feel like I wanna get lost in your paradise. You make me believe it's real. It's high up above from the ground, but closer to heaven. I won't fight it, can't deny it. I'm under your spell. Just like magic, won't forget this for the rest of my life. Up in the clouds, I can see the whole world now. Breathtaking world, can't believe my eyes. Up in the sky, I can see the whole world tonight. 'Cause you make me feel like I wanna get lost in your paradise. You make me believe it's real. It's high up above from the ground, but closer to heaven. We're closer to heaven. Cause you make me feel like I wanna get lost in your paradise. You make me believe it's real. It's high up above from the ground, but closer to heaven. Closer to heaven. We're closer to heaven. Closer to heaven. We're closer to heaven. I'm closer. I'm
My anxiety is like through the roof at the moment because I'm waiting for a contractor to come and do something today. I think it's because I'm filming this. I have the dog, because that always causes an issue when someone comes, because the dog's like, who's that? And then I'm watching YouTube and trying to do all this, so I'm just like, oh. And like the deadline for this thing is supposed to be today, that it needs to be done. So I'm just like, if he doesn't show up, what am I gonna do? Anyway, let's keep going because I have a few more rooms to do and I only have a few more hours without my kids, so let's get this done. I know I cannot be the only one who just loves to get cleaning done while their kids are gone, because you know that it's going to stay clean for like more than 2 minutes. I have that saying where it's like brushing your teeth while eating Oreos, because it's literally like that with kids. I love my kids and I love that they get to do all these creative, fun things, but they make a mess, okay? And we are working on teaching them to clean up after themselves, but obviously it's not to the standard that I like it, and I'm not going to force them to sit there and do it the way that I like. I just don't think that's fair on them. So, you know, we help out when we can, we make their lives a little bit easier, but we do have to learn some responsibility. So, you know, we teach them, you know, you got to pick up your stuff after you. So, we take our wins when we can, right? So, cleaning by yourself is one of those wins, okay? Do you hear that? That is the sound of glorious, glorious rain cooling us down. Here in Australia, it has been 30 degrees and up, and I have been a sweaty Betty lately, okay? I've not been enjoying it, but it is finally rained, and actually it started raining when I was doing the garden. I was using my fantastic new little tool, which has absolutely been a lifesaver, and you need it too if you like to garden. It's one of those weeders, but it's like on a stick, so you just stand and you weed. And you know what? Our grass is like a little bit of a diva, I would say, just because she grows a lot of dandelions, okay? I always tease my husband and say, you know, you're wonderful for growing all these flowers for me, because literally like most of the yard is covered in dandelions, but the grass, it's like 50-50 between the grass and the dandelions at the moment. And the grass always looks like it's unkept, always, right? Because, you know, the dandelions are a lot longer than the grass itself. Even though we mow very regularly, it just, those flowers, man, they grow up in like a couple weeks, 2 weeks, and they're up at your knees again. So I was like, this is the year that I take on those freaking dandelions and I'm gonna win, okay? I'm gonna win because I need them gone. Anyway, I have to tell you about the tool. I think it's from the brand Cyclone, and it's only like $35, and it's been incredible. You just take the dang thing and you like peg her into the grass, like near the weeds, right? You step on it and you pull it back, and you've got your weed root and all. It is such a time saver, and I cannot believe I used to do it by hand. And then that's why I really didn't do it that much by hand, because I'm lazy. And it would just take way too long, like it wasn't worth my effort. So anyway, I am committing to half an hour each day for the next 2 days before I get over my hyperfixation into fixing these dandelions. It actually does look so much better already. The big patch that I did today, I'm like, wow. But then it started raining, and you know, I much prefer to do it when it's not raining. Sometimes I feel like my sassiness just does not like translate very well in these voiceovers, but if you hear me like being weird or whatever, it's just, that's just who I am. And you know what? I am sipping on some really ice cold water at the moment. Just listen. Okay? Be jealous, right? You hear that? That is an entire bottle filled with ice and then filled with fridge cold water on top of that to make it... Okay, thanks for ruining it, Doug. For making it the coldest water ever. And you know what? I freaking love her. Because who doesn't love cold water? Like super, super cold water. But you know what? I would love it to be flavored. Normally, I'm not a flavor girl, okay? I really just don't drink that many drinks. I drink smoothie, I drink orange juice and water. That's it. That's the extent. And sometimes when I've done a good chanda, like a few chandas in a row, I will drink some Gatorade, but I don't like it, okay? So normally what I do is I dilute it. I will put like 1/3 Gatorade and then the rest is like water, and then I make $1 $2 bottle of Gatorade last like almost an entire week, which is probably not good if I'm sick. My point out of all of that was like I would like some flavored water tonight. Just I'm feeling like a little bit of a sweet tooth, and normally I get the Mountain Blue, whatever, I don't even know what it's called. That's my preferred Gatorade flavor, but I'm sure there's some water girlies out there that know what they like in terms of flavoring. Just something to tantalize the tongue a little bit. Anyway, I really feel like I've just talked about myself non-stop in this video, so I'm just gonna give it a little break because it's a little bit nauseating.
Are you happier now, love? Still wander the city streets. It's getting easier with love. It's getting easier with love. As dawn breaks the darkness, a new day begins. I feel cold and heartless. I've run myself in. Like the distant star, have you traveled far? I miss you in my arms. You're like my lucky charm. Are you happier now, love? Still wander the city streets. It's getting easier with love. Though you're the beat of my aching heart. Happier, happier, are you happier? I see you in my dreams. I'm about to ask how you've been. My bed's huge, my roof's low. The walls are caving in. Like a distant star, have you traveled far? I miss you in my
Okay, thank you for watching, guys. We've reached the end of another clean with me video. A whole house clean with me, and yet my house still feels like a disaster. This was the last thing I filmed, so I didn't actually show you my face at the end of the video, but I feel like that's a common denominator with me and my content. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll definitely see you in another video.